So we're back. Part 2 now in English with Jeremy
Fragrance, the #1 fragrance icon that follows the teachings of Jesus.
BurningMusicTV, your life is the greatest story. BMTV.
And the reason I say that so often is I have experienced a lot of materialistic wealth, like for me, because happiness is subjective and also other things are very subjective. To me, I have experienced peaks of financial things. And so what do you even stand for? Should I say, I stand for the government? Or I stand for my mom and dad? Yes, no, I stand for the biggest thing ever, which is God. And also there was an incident where people thought I would be in the right-wing party, which I'm not. I don't care so much about politics at all. It's just that many people do selfies with me, and at some point I also tagged this guy without knowing what he actually represents, a lot of right-wing stuff. And so I thought to myself, you know what, I will show you guys what I really stand for. And that's why I constantly attach to that follows the teachings of Jesus.
So, but when did it happen that you like rediscovered the teachings of Jesus? Because of course you've grown up with Jesus.
Yes.
Because, you know,
my mom and dad are Polish, so Catholic, normal for us. And actually when I moved to Munich, we are right now in Bavaria, close to Munich. And in Munich, there's a lot of showcase of churches and Christianity. And that helped. And also when I was at a dinner of a very famous manager guy here in Bavaria, and he also just made a thank you saying by the table, and he's a very handsome, elegant guy, and there was a lot of party atmosphere at that evening, and I thought, wow, that's nice. And so I just started to talk more and more about that. And yeah, well, the third thing would be the incident that recently happened. And I just felt like, okay, I show you what I stand for. And also what I learned is you got to know what your reason is of existence, so to say. I learned that in a podcast when I wake you up at 3 o'clock at night and ask you, what's your purpose in life? Many people can't even say that. And I was also thinking, okay, what's a one sentence thing? So I just thought, okay, I'm the #1 in my field of fragrances, and I attached follows the teachings of Jesus. This means I have to be very great at what I do, very extreme, because I want to be an icon. It has to be somewhat fragrance related. So even when I dance, I often have a fragrance, and I attach the following of teachings of Jesus because it's part of it.
I mean, that somehow you're right, because the algorithm loves what you do.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who like give hate.
Or they dress like me even on Halloween.
Do you care about that stuff? Are you happy if people make like a meme video? Or
no, I think what the Google or the algorithms think is Jeremy Fragrance, Jeremy Fragrance, Jeremy Fragrance. So it says relevant, relevant, relevant. Because I know what I do and who I am, and nowadays you cannot control anymore what people write or say. Back in the days I liked deleting comments, and I'm like the dictator of my own little country in the comment section. It was fun, but nowadays I post so much that I don't even know what post will remain, and so I don't even take the effort anymore of reading the comments. And otherwise I feel it's a very nice development how people riding the train of Jeremy Fragrance feels like you know me still with the other look, just a suit and tie thing.
Yeah.
But ever since I adapted the white look, I remember I flew from New York to Miami, and there the comments started with a cocaine style, which I don't take drugs, but I see it as a compliment when people tell me this guy is on drugs, because I don't, because I got the energy without taking drugs. So I got drug-like energy without taking drugs. But it started in Miami when I was dressing all white. It was funny, and it's okay.
I can say that that this guy doesn't take any drugs.
Correct.
He just has a really healthy lifestyle. I saw it. He's running around, doing his push-ups, doing his sit-ups, and taking the videos. It's great. It's fantastic. So talking of the Jesus.
Yeah. Okay.
What is the smartphone for you? Is it like a gift from heaven or from hell? Because everything basically you do is attached to this device, and
It's impressive, yeah.
So this is like a, will you go to heaven or hell using this? What do you think?
It's what you do with it. It's a source of communication, so you can do good things with it and other things with it. And obviously the social media intensifies emotions because it's so smart, the AI, on picking how to grab your attention. I think this iPhone is listening to us right now, and when I speak with you about Harley Davidson, I like Harley Davidson, I get some Google ads about Harley Davidson tomorrow.
Appear here in the garden.
Yeah, Harley Davidson. So it's just a thing that what we do out of it, very simple. Yeah, it's like telling, is a telephone evil or good? It's what you make out of it, of course. Like a television is what you make out of it. That's the thing.
So right now it's like a part more like a business tool, or would you say you're checking like news and stuff and like being, you know, scrolling, or
for me, iPhone is to express myself in a wide range to many people, because some people ask me, hey, we want to go out tonight, and when I think about that, I dance in front of 20 people in the club like I used to do, let's say, as a teenager. Not many people see it, as when I dance here in my comfortable living room, millions of people can see it, and with the attention that I have, I can say, everybody vote for this person, or everybody eat an apple a day per day from now on. I can transport any message I want. So again, it's what I make out of it, and because I have the grounding and the positivity, I do good things with it. I know, actually just recently I was thinking, some of the content is very challenging that I do. So I was pushing, but I also know how it works with grabbing attention of people. Yeah. So I particularly attached the #1 fragrance icon that follows the teachings of Jesus, even when I was doing some flirty stripper-like things, because if you think about a guy like Channing Tatum or Matthew McConaughey, superstars, Hollywood stars, both Christians, and they also play in a movie as a stripper or wears a thong. Yeah. And you have to think, okay, you're not only a person of faith when you're at the church. You always have to ask yourself, is it always correct what you're doing? And I know some of my behavior is challenging, but I know that what is a very bad thing from Jesus' side is, what he says is a bad thing, is hypocrisy, also hypocrisy, Heuchlerei, meaning you act like, ooh, that's so bad, but in reality, behind closed doors, the actual person that accuses you of certain shit, I don't know what they do and behind closed doors. So that's for me something that I was looking for myself in recent times, because you know the game of attention grabbing, but you want to keep it in balance.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that, you know, can difference between Jeremy, like the character on camera, and they think it's like one person, that you are the character. But people that actually know you, they know that, you know, the one thing is business, it's performance, it's art, and the other thing is like, what you do at home is your thing, right? Think
about what we're doing here. I assume you upload this on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, and you are competing with Jason Derulo or Justin Bieber on this platform over the attention of the person. He thinks, Justin Bieber, or Jeremy Fragrance, So I'm competing with them, and there was recently a guy that was in a big crowd of people, and he told them something like, okay, everybody now act like, something like that. He said, like, your pet just died and you're telling it to your person next to it. And they were like, everybody now act like you just had a bad food experience or something like that. He said, I don't know, again, blah, blah, blah. And then he said, everybody now act like you must convince the person next to you of something, and if you don't convince them within 5 seconds, you and your whole family dies within 10 seconds or something like that. And
yeah, like
immediately the people, hey!
Yeah.
So it's not correct what I said, what he said, but you get the sense that you think that, you do have to be a bit, out there.
Yeah.
Because I also tried it just like sitting there and being very calm, but it doesn't grab the people. It doesn't grab them so much.
Yeah, so this is how it works. If you do something, like do it like 100%.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. That's how it is at the moment.
All right.
Yeah.
So you perform in front of the camera. Do you miss performing on a stage? When you think back of, your musical days.
I was in the musical, in the theater. I was in 2 boy bands. I had a solo career, and I don't miss being on stage. Possibly because I still get the feedback of humans when I go out in the streets and they go after me or just run after me. So I still have that experience of actually people going after me.
So there's no album coming up or the Jeremy show on tour?
Not interested. I could do that as a fun thing. By the way, that song that I made is by a very famous producer and a very famous rapper in collaboration. I can tell it to you if you want. And well, but there was more of a fun thing. I'm again, I don't know if I said it in this video, but I'm not the best singer, I'm not the best dancer, but I wanted to be the best at something, and so I found this niche of the fragrance thing.
Yeah, and you do a great job.
Thank you, thank you. And it's just so much we can do about this stuff. Like talking Acqua di Gio is a nice, fresh, sexy fragrance, could last a little bit longer. Yeah. But I started to reach to more people. I wanted a wider audience, and so just like Steve Jobs, he was in a calligraphy course and it helped him for his products. I was a bit of a dancer, and so I'm using that for my TikTok. Or other things that I can incorporate besides my fragrance knowledge to grab a lot of attention and use that attention for the direction I wanted to use.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
One last sniff of this.
Yeah.
It's from Thailand.
But do it sure. Like the Thai people do it.
In the nose?
Yeah, and then like this.
Oh, it's really refreshing. But the other one too, or what?
Oh, no, one is enough, yeah. I mean, it's up to you.
Okay, wow, mega. All right, my old
see you
friend,
guys.
One of my oldest friends by now in terms of how long I know him. Thank you, Patrick.
It was an honor. See you.
Bye, guys.